What if? What if you could fly among the clouds and land on mountaintops and explore them? What if you could explore the deepest, darkest jungles and see what awaits you? What if? With those words, I'd like to introduce you to a really different and imaginative and fascinating monthly subscription box. This one is different, different from a lot of others. And in fact, it's different even how it's delivered. It's not actually a monthly subscription box, it's a quarterly subscription box. And what they do is every quarter they deliver you a box based on the question, what if? Each quarter is different, of course. And what's also interesting is they'll give you a little teaser item sometime ahead of it to kind of get your imagination wondering as to what exactly the topic's going to be. It's all part of the imagination and wonder. This box is brought to you by Wonderful Objects. It's the Wonderful Objects box, wonderfulobjects.com. And as I mentioned, it centers around the question, what if? So without further ado, we'll get to this particular quarter's box. And we'll do the teaser first. The teaser came in a small little package, and it was this little dangling charm for me. Now, there were different teasers for different people. If you go online, you'll see different ones. This one is a little charm, and it has a little clover inside, which is sort of appropriate since it's near St. Patrick's Day. And it came just with this little card here, and it said, let's see here, it's a little note, and it's got little stamps on it, little bees and infinity symbol there and a moon. Madeline said you left this. Again, your talent is extraordinary. Still, you need your token. Without this tool, you'll lose your grasp. So obviously this is a token of some sort. And it says on the back side, take your time, reorient, learn your anchor. You travel among others like you, even if you don't yet see them. Don't you remember? Signed by W. So it's kind of a cool little teaser because you have no idea. You're like, wow, what is this? It's kind of cool. And so for those that really like imagination and sit and wonder, you can get this and sit here and ponder about it for a long period of time. So it's kind of cool. So about a month later, the actual box arrived in a, I'll say, a very nice, it's a really well-crafted box and secure. It has a really well-packed interior compared to some of the other boxes we've seen. So it was pretty neat. And it came with a card here and it said, open me first. A little wax seal here, which is always really cool. And here was the card here, and this was the text. What if you could time travel? So there's our theme for this time. And it gives you a little description here. Now that time sickness has eased from your bones, the moon is whispering in your ear again. You who were born under a silver star, ready to walk through the gateway to other worlds, other lifetimes. Within mankind's allotted years, you are the one building castles of seconds left behind. The past, present, and future dance within a galaxy of moments. Your birthright is to chart the length of them. Pretty cool. It goes on for a little bit longer here, but there's a little note. On the back side, it gives you the more specific description of each one of the items. So we put that to the side for now because we don't want to ruin kind of the memory here. Let me just note here. Enclosed are your wonderful objects. Remember to light your candle. You have but 1 hour to traverse the fractals of years. Remember to clasp tight the pendant around your neck. That's a little token. It will be the beacon that grounds you, so that was the tie to the little teaser item. Look for your fellow travelers. You will know your kin through the bend of light in their eyes. So with that, I will show you some of the objects here, and they're all centered around kind of time and travel. The first one is a small little art item, and it's optics, illusions of natural philosophy. And it gives you, it's one of these kind of standard little mini pieces of art. It's cool with all sorts of various optical drawings. Good visual stimulation. The next item here was really cool celestial chart book, and it says the solar system and comparative distances in the planets, and so it gives all sorts of neat little descriptions, a neat picture, and it's basically like a notebook. But wait, inside was tucked a little note. Like, ooh, what's this? Well, it's actually a letter. It's a letter from Ma'am Madeline. Madeline was the one, if you remember, that sent us a little note in our teaser. And there's a whole little letter here written here to the traveler, giving us more information about time travel in some warnings and descriptions. And it references in here a few items here that are inside the box, talking about how you can get time travel sickness, for example, and there are ways around that through having imbibing drinking chocolate and regular bath salts. And so, not surprisingly, there are some items related to that. So right here you have a neat little tin of drinking chocolate, it's dark chocolate. And then you also have this neat little apothecary bath salts. A little description here. And when you open them up, they're not just regular bath salts. They're really kind of cool. They're like little test tubes. So these are made by the company that produces this wonderful objects. And so they've got a little sticker here. And they're really neat. So this one here is lavender, and this one's got rosebuds in it. And it's basically a whole little salt mixture with the little clumps of rosebuds or clumps of lavender. So it's really, it's a fresh and it's a neat look. Really cool way to present it. Let's see here. Another item here is fascinating. They've got, they had some of this wrapped in a newspaper, but upon closer examination, it's not just any newspaper. It's all about time travel, and it's very Harry Potterish. And so there's an article here, is time travel making you fatigued? And it goes into some of this discussion about fatigue during time travel. And there's all sorts of articles in the old school era of newspaper advertising. Build your grandfather's clock, become a time carrier and travel, deliver messages through time, building and flying model aeroplanes, earning weekly amounts, selling time travel kits. There's a little time eliminator. On the back side here is a big old article about how to build a simple time trapping clarifier. Sounds cool, whatever that is. And then the final item in all this, if you remember, was lighting your candle, and that's how you travel. And this is a really piece de resistance in here. So it's a big old box here with a description they've put on here, a sticker, traveler's candle, where will you go, what moments will you seek, burn 20 minutes, and it tells you kind of how to do it and to do your little time travel. And then you have in here a candle, of course, but it's not just any candle. This is a really interesting candle. So this is sort of one of these like wick type candles. And so you take this, and it's a rope candle is what I'm looking for. And so you stick it up through the top here, and it clamps onto it, and you burn it, and then you can lower this up and down. Really neat, comes in its own little stand and whatnot. So a really cool little candle. And so with that is our wonderful objects box for this quarter. Really impressive. Now I can see why it's a quarter, because they took the time to actually come up with all this really interesting and innovative stuff. So I'm going to have fun going back over and reading all this and sitting and pondering and kind of thinking about time travel, about what if you could time travel. So really neat, fascinating box, one of the most fascinating boxes I've ever seen. And really loved it, really enjoyed it, and I look forward to future ones. And with that, I'll leave you with your own what if question, and you can think about that until we see the next box. So thank you very much.